Greetings, classic cinema and TV fans. Jason here with you once again on another retro drive-in podcast. Today we're going back to back in time to a time when Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise was a thing. It's these two were amazing together, actually. We had seen Dom DeLuise and Burt Reynolds in Smokey and the Bandit 2. They were in that. They were in Best Little House in Texas. I won't go into that because I get tagged for something, so I won't say that. But anyway, and Cannonball Run 1 and 2, they were in that together. They were kind of a fun little combo there, right? I mean, they really were. They were a lot of fun to watch together. And then when you think of it, Smokey and the Bandit 2, right? And you think Burt Reynolds, you think Sally Field, and then you throw in Dom DeLuise along with the other amazing cast, including Jackie Gleason. You got a recipe for some fun there, right? Just fun films, right? Well, actually, Dom DeLuise, Burt Reynolds, and Sally Field were in a movie together, along with some other amazing actors. And we're going to talk about a brand new release that is that film today here on Classic Cinema Plus's Retro Drive-In Podcast. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and throw in a comment. And let's jump into this. So, we're talking about this brand new release from MGM Home Video. This is The End. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting film. Directed by Burt Reynolds, and of course starring Burt Reynolds as well. This is really fun. Sonny is Burt Reynolds, and he's diagnosed with a fatal disease. So he tries to kill himself by swallowing some pills, and but doesn't work. He gets saved from dying, but they think that he is mentally incompetent. He needs help, so they put him in a mental institution to kind of help him overcome his troubles. But while in there, he meets Marlon, who is played by Dom DeLuise, and he wants to help Sonny finish himself off, if you will, for lack of a better term. And of course, craziness abounds. This is hilarious. You have some amazing cast here in this film. Along with Sally Field, who plays the love interest of Burt Reynolds, and Dom DeLuise. We have some pretty amazing cast when you get down to it of additional character actors. You got Norman Fell in this. Norman Fell is amazing. Some people may not know the name Norman Fell, right? But Norman Fell is really probably best known, but he was an amazing actor. He's in tons of stuff, but probably best known for playing Mr. Roper in Three's Company and the TV series The Ropers, their spinoff. Roper was fun. Oh, I loved watching Mr. Roper on Three's Company and on The Ropers, for the simple reason that he was the only one that was in on the joke with everything. You know, I loved when he would say something to Helen, and he would smile at the camera. It was like letting him know, hey, I know you're watching. I get it. It was like breaking the third wall, and it was just it was fun. He was a lot of fun. So he's in this. Carl Reiner is in this film. Carl Reiner, of course, probably best known but for a lot of classic TV fans, would probably be best known as playing Alan Brady on The Dick Van Dyke Show. But again, another amazing actor that did many things, but here in this film. It is a really fun film. I love the fact that they have released this on Blu-ray. I think this is so cool. I will tell you, first off, it's just a blue disc. Okay, so it's nothing really fancy, but that's okay. That's not a major deal to me. But one thing I'm glad about is it is not a pressed disc. It is it's not a made-on-demand disc, but it's a pressed disc. So that's something that I'm always thankful for. I don't particularly care for made-on-demand discs. They don't. They're made-on-demand discs are okay, but they have a lesser shelf life than press discs. They're just made. Press discs are made to last longer. So when they're made on demand, they don't have as much of a shelf life. So that bothers me. But thankfully, that is not the case here. This is a press disc, which is pretty cool. And that is a change that MGM Home Video has been making, which I'm thankful with these Blu-ray releases, because earlier on they were making their releases simply just made on demand. And I'll take it over nothing, but I much prefer the press discs. Dom DeLuise is hilarious. Dom DeLuise is one of my favorites. I really do. I enjoy Dom DeLuise. I think he's got such a unique character and a unique way, and he's so much fun to watch. And him and Burt Reynolds together have a really, really good chemistry. They're really fun to watch together, and they're hilarious in this film. Their banter back and forth and everything is just amazing. Here's something that's kind of interesting that it has to do with this film. This is a little piece of history that you may not know, which I think is so fun to even think about. Okay, Dom DeLuise was shooting The End with Burt Reynolds, and the producers of Happy Days called him because they wanted him to play a character on Happy Days, and he said, I would love to, but I can't. I'm shooting a movie with Burt Reynolds. So the producers had to move on to find somebody else to play a specific character on Happy Days. Now, here's the fun thing about this. The character that the producers wanted him to play in Happy Days was Mork. If you remember the old episode of Happy Days where Mork from Ork took on Fonzie, they wanted Dom DeLuise to play that role. Interesting. Of course, we know that he wasn't able to, and so they ended up eventually casting Robin Williams. Robin Williams would become Mork. He would explode onto the scene with reckless abandon with that character and become a superstar and play in so many different amazing films and all through his career. But of course, sadly, would pass away way too young. And that was a very, very much a tragedy. But I look at this and I think, it's kind of interesting when you think about it, that here, if it wasn't for this film, Dom DeLuise would have been Mork. And maybe we would have never seen the genius of Robin Williams to the degree that we have. Maybe he wouldn't have become the iconic character actor and comedian that we all know and love, if it wouldn't have been for the fact that he played Mork from Ork, right? I don't know. I mean, I like to think that talent will always show through, but you just never know. I mean, but it's just interesting. And plus, what would it have looked like for Dom DeLuise to be Mork? That could have been a very interesting look, right? I don't know what that would have actually looked like, but it's kind of interesting to think about that. What would a Mork starring Dom DeLuise look like, right? That would have been very interesting to see. I don't know. That's unique to even think about, but that's what makes it kind of interesting. So we get this really awesome little comedy film, The End, and we get Mork from Ork, starring Robin Williams. So I think everything worked out for what it should have worked out for, but it's just kind of interesting to think about, right? I love it. The End from MGM Pictures Home Entertainment, pretty cool. The only sad part about this is there's no bonus features with these. These are pretty much bare bones Blu-rays, and that's a shame. I mean, I would like to see some additional bonus features, but there's not. But that's okay. It could be worse. Could be better. Could be worse though. Looks pretty amazing from what I've seen. I'm going to do a full written review of The End coming up on Classic Cinema Plus very, very, very soon. So be sure to be checking that out very soon. So yeah, there you go. Kind of another great comedy from the comedy minds of Dom DeLuise and Burt Reynolds. Pretty cool. Yeah. What's your favorite Dom DeLuise and Burt Reynolds film? Do you love this one? Is this one of them? Or have you ever even watched this one? Let us know in the comments. I'd like to hear from you. Also, let us know what you think of the MGM releases on Blu-ray. Let us know what you think about that as well. Love to hear your thoughts. Pretty interesting film, though, and pretty amazing cast. I'm excited about it. So let us know your thoughts, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I want to thank you for joining me today as we take a look at this interesting, the history of this film, and talk a little bit about Dom DeLuise and stuff, and just kind of take a trip back in time on the Retro Drive-In podcast. It's always fun to do that. So I want to thank you for joining me. Be sure, as we said, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It helps out a lot to let you know that we let us know you like what we do. It does help out a lot. And be sure to go to Classic Cinema Plus. We have a lot of reviews up there, tons of reviews up there that you can check out all the time, and we would definitely appreciate it. And until we'll see you next time with another Retro Drive-In podcast, this is Jason reminding you that if you want to see a great film or a TV series, check out a classic, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day. We'll see you. Bye.